Morning team. Morning team. How's it going? Morning. Hope you all had a good weekend. All right, lots to go over this morning. Yeah, and as people are already saying in chat, smash that like button for me nice and early. As always, we will do giveaways during the stream. All right, a quick review of what we had last week then. All right, last week we fulfilled what we hoped would be the obligation of this 200-day move. And we're finding a squeeze back up off it on the Friday, which we played long. This level here, all right, based on the last 12 months, all right, there's 12 months of price action. This is the rotation point. Okay, you can see it right here. All right, the immediate rotation. So we're watching these levels. Okay, we're watching sort of 950s right now. The edge of this, 950s. If we keep absorbing 950s, there is potentially a back test towards where we broke down from, all right, 25,600s, maybe 25,500s. So there is potentially this move. Doesn't have to happen in 1 week, but it's potentially there. If we start seeing follow through underneath this zone, then we're going to look for a rotation back down towards these lows where we have relative equal lows down there, and never know, maybe we get the next leg down. We need to be careful early on in this week for this rotation. We have a bit of news today, not a lot, mainly Fed speak, but we did have some news overnight from Japan and China. So originally what happened in Japan was pretty bullish for the market. Nikkei finding a bid. We thought maybe we'd go risk on. And then we have some treasury and bond issues in Asia now versus the US market, giving us this pullback. So we're watching this level into here very, very closely. All right, do we just do this for a few days, which is my expectation? Maybe we even drift down and do this, build out some liquidity early on in the week, and then we can use it later on in the week. So I think the first few days might be a little bit more choppy than maybe some of you had anticipated, but we will see. You never know, we might get some follow through. All right, on the hourly chart, so finding a bid like we talked about off the 200-day. Here's Friday, so this was all overnight Friday. All right, and then Friday open, we squeeze up and we get that one final pushback, and we're coming back down towards this key level. All right, this 25 or 24,900, somewhere in here. You can see we found a bid on it overnight. If you think about this pivot here, 969 or whatever it was overnight, and you think about what we just talked about on the daily, all right, this kind of edge into here, it's the same kind of area, right? It's the volume shelf, somewhere around there. So we're watching that. If we fail that 900s, then absolutely naked point of control based on a weekly down here into 800. So underneath 900s or 950s, there is a 100-point slingshot back down there, and then you would expect them to try and bid up for a back test. So I think we are likely to build out liquidity today, maybe between these areas, maybe between these areas, all right? And then we can make decisions. Once we start bidding over this, there's a chance to come back up here. All right, so not until that point. This is the developing week profile. So I want to be careful today. I don't have a huge amount of bias. Like maybe if we fail 900, 950, I'll look for a short down towards 800, and then maybe down there, they set a little trap, I'll look for a long back up. I'm not going to be too overly biased in one direction today. I think we're going to need to build out. If we hold bids early in the morning and we drift up here, I'll be watching to see how we react at 200s. If we start to find a bid over it, I think there's a re-push up into 4s. All right, so those are my kind of trigger points today. Short, maybe to here, long, maybe to there. Try and leave this stuff alone, and maybe long over this back up to there, or maybe a failed breakout and a short back down. So we're going to provide opportunities, but I'm going to try and ignore 25,000 to 25,200 unless I see a really clean trap. All right, let's have a look at this 5-minute chart. You can see what happened overnight. We can talk about the open. So nice gap up at the open. All right, big drive up, and then it all got sold off, and all we've done is dip right back down to that ledge we talked about on the daily, finding a bid and just trap between right now. So maybe market wants to come and do one of these. We will see. We will see in good time. Monday morning, we're not going to push too hard, are we? I'm going to take our time to see what this market wants to do. I do just want to mark this zone here out there, just so I remember it off that bigger pivot. All right, let's have a look at the ES. All right, that's quite interesting between the New York view up and the 24-hour. So gap up, loses the 24-hour, back down to a pivot, back into 24-hour, fails right back down to the old New York view up, pivot back to the 24-hour, probably back down to the New York view up. So this is your rotation in here. on the ES, and same kind of story. If we find weakness, it's possible it can come all the way back down if it finds weakness. Remember, we have relative strength overall on the ES. If we're going to talk about the rotations in the market, hopefully you guys read the weekly newsletter that went out on Saturday morning. One of those T's, please. If you read the newsletter that went out Saturday morning, you should be prepared for some of this. But if we have a look at the strength in the broader markets, right, ES still holding up pretty well. All right, no big undercut of any pivot. You'd struggle to say this was bearish right now. You would just say more, okay, we're not taking out, but we're still in the range in ES, especially up here. Same kind of story in the RTY as well. And probably the DJ as well. Yeah, RTY still holding. Look, and Dow Jones, yeah, new highs. So, you know, relative weakness in tech. If tech starts finding a bid, we might get going, especially with some of that software way oversold right now. Way oversold. Okay, SPY. Here's the story on SPY. So opening up near the highs. Remember, no overnight market, just a bit of pre-market and post. So you'd be watching some of these pivots in SPY. Can it sort of do one of these looks? Same thing as NQ. Right? Is pullbacks absorbed, and are they going to come back for highs? But it's possible, folks. It's possible. Can't rule it out. Qs, same kind of story. You can see this sort of inverse look. All right, do we build out liquidity here? And if so, can we get acceptance over the 615s to go? Any acceptance under here, and we'll probably repair this low down here. So same kind of story as we just went over. Dixie still fading off. All right, still fading off, struggling to find too much of a bid here. But the same story is going to be true here. We will be watching this pivot on Dixie. All right, there's the breakout, there's the retest. Do they find a bid here to move it up? If not, not good, and that will help gold. In fact, what we saw overnight in Asia will help gold significantly. We're probably already finding a bid. We are. There we go. So if I was going to be long-term swing, I think I'd prefer to be long-term. If I really wanted to be bullish on a metal, I'd rather be bullish in gold than silver. It has more correlation with what's going on in Asia right now. Okay, VIX. Still, we are in this channel. All right, so every push outside of the channel, we come back into the channel, still finding a bit of a bid there. Let's go through the mag very quickly. Apple holding gains pretty well up here. All right, really strong close for Apple. You're just watching these sort of 76s into 73s. It has had a few drives. You know, you want to be careful, but so far, really good because it doesn't have the same exposure to AI. So we're not going risk off in the same way. Plus, Pelosi has been loading up on it. So everyone now knows that. The famous inside trader, Nancy Pelosi. All right, Amazon opening up. Are we flat there? Yeah, pretty much flat there. This thing's been getting absolutely hammered. I'm starting to perk my interest in this. All right, anywhere down towards these, it is starting to majorly perk my interest. All right, down into these lows from last year. So I've already started like feathering in. I want to see if we can have one more panic moment in the market for me to really load up. Goog starting to pull back a little bit out of that range. I'll zoom this out a bit. Still not too bad. All right, pivot to pivot. If we think about swing structure, swing structure, all right, still holding so far, but intraday, a little bit messy, starting to lose some bids here, clearly seeing some sell side pressure step into the market there. Meta, same kind of story. Move this out on a 15-minute. You just want to be careful. This is being sold off fairly aggressively as we come back down towards here, where we originally caught a bid. And you can see that got absorbed early in Jan. So are they willing to come back down there? Is this an area where they're looking to bid on? Because it definitely has been before. I'm going to assume that's not a dark pool print. I don't think so. So I think we're getting into an area of interest for Meta. So all of these ones which have been selling off more aggressively coming into interesting areas. Microsoft, same kind of story. All right, but right back down into these April lows. We've got an imbalance here or a gap. Have we now filled it? 95s we have. All right, so that might be efficient. Probably going to be due a bounce here soon, and we have a gap fill back up the upside now. All right, so interested there as well soon. Already got a feather on. Nvidia still in that old range, no real change there. Not something I'm interested in right now. Tesla, that was very choppy. We eventually left this range. You can see chop, 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 left the range. There's your double bottom, W shape, back up into this shoulder pattern. So can it find acceptance over that, or do we see downside pressure? So this is your big over under here, sort of 15s. In Tesla, somewhere around there, I'd be watching that if you're trading Tesla as an over under for sentiment. Equally weighted. You can see equally weighted. Wash out from Thursday, Friday, catch the bid. This is your key level on the equally weighted. 2/8. Starting to catch a bid here, like we talked about. I did buy some Oracle down here, so already up nicely on that. We'll see if we can retrace. Like, lots of these are oversold. It doesn't mean I want to be in them long term, but you know, I think we do a back test in lots of these. Right, some form of back test. Netflix starting to catch a bid as well. I still want to see new lows there first, but we will see. That's pretty much it, folks. That's most of the broader market. Let's have a look. Nice uraniums, yeah, these are going back upside now. I'm swing long in these small size. What was the other one I started in last week? Hood. Nice gap up on Hood as well. All right, so most of these just way oversold. You can see way oversold. So I'm going to see if I can get back into the 50%, somewhere up here, 93s, and then hold to see if we can get back through the hundreds for this relief rally. Okay, you can see overnight profile developing here. If you're wondering why I've got that on, I always put it on at the beginning of the week. It's my developing profile. So you can see these nodes already here starting to take place. All right, so this is the big yearly node down here, all the way down to 900. This is our overnight profile. Can we find acceptance? So we're currently opening up inside previous day's value, underneath previous day's point of control. If we lose this, there's an argument to come back down here for previous day value area low, previous week point of control. I'd imagine this session is likely to be somewhat choppy, so just be careful, folks. It's a Monday morning. The last 2 weeks have provided us absolutely insane price action. So let's not go giving it all back on a Monday morning, eh? I move this down a bit. Sorry, folks. Some of you saying I was quiet there. I'm sorry. It's still, you got to remember, it's not even 6:30 yet for me in the morning. Thank you. All right. Let's see. Here we go, folks. 6 seconds left. Watching this area and this area down here, and watching reclaims above. So nice and patient here this morning. Book just bouncing around like a madman right now. I'm watching this blue box, and if we leave this blue box, maybe down into previous day value area low. Come on. Let's see if we can get down. So expanding here, we come into that blue box. So let's see if they buy dips here or not. If we flip this, we're going to come previous day value area low. So interested, do they buy dips here or not right now? Or do we flip it into previous day value area low? Big sell right now. Big aggressive sell right now. Starting to see some absorption down here. Try and take place. I think they can still move lower if they want. So let's give this a chance here to just settle down for a minute. If we flip this, there's potentially a short down here. I think they will try and absorb down here, at least for a first rally up. And all of the mag, other than Meta, and Microsoft, or Meta's just gone red as well. So all of the mag currently selling off. Big seller just came in down there at 60s. And might have got himself caught. Big seller at 60s might have got himself caught here. Has absolutely got himself caught there. Buyers up here at 96s. So currently trading between 60s and 96s, so 30 points. I'm going to just zoom this in. Finding our first reaction off there. Not in anything yet, folks. Going to be very patient today. I think we might chop a little bit, but we are seeing a seller get caught down in those 60s right now. Right here, like we talked about, look at all this selling at the low of day, right down into this. Look at these aggressive sellers with finding absorption, and we're going to trade upside out of that blue box now. And probably retest this grey, and we can go from there. Sorry, folks. I'm very tired today. I have to warn me. Very, very, very tired today. Will do my best. All right, so sellers at 80s still stuck. Here's the expansion back up to this grey box. This is a rotation we just talked about, blue to grey. Getting stuck at grey straight away. So they will rotate and chop around in it. Bought both the courses and your indicator. How do I join the Discord? The courses are awesome. You're a great teacher. Thank you. Discord is at the end of the beginner to advanced course. So back to the grey box here. How we act here is going to become key. If they start finding bids over this, they can start coming back for a revisit into 100 and rip all the faces. But we can keep rotating between these until it proves otherwise. All right. Oh my gosh, look at these squeezes. Violent this morning. As we go into violent range rotation. SPY back to view up. Back down we go to the blue again. Back and forth. Where did that seller come in? 80s is his level. 80s. To blue again, back to this New York Open. There's definitely sellers caught these lows right now. Watching this New York Open, see if we're going to bid and hold over this or not. And then we've got to watch the 100s above if we are. Just don't want to be too early. Here's the New York Open. Here's the push over Globex. Feathering in now to see if there's a squeeze through Globex. Taking some off straight away. No, I don't like it. You got caught there, didn't you, mate? 75s, yes. So break even start of the day there on me. Don't want to get washed all the way back down, so out of that now. They can have another go now, aren't they? I'm going to give this a few more minutes to settle down. Book's pretty jumpy. Bookmap quite literally jumping around right now. Okay, if they base up here, this is the problem right now in this market. Right? If they lose this, we come straight back down to this. If they base up here, there is a small rotation to this. This is the chop vest. If they lose this, we come back down to this. Right now, we've got shorts caught those lows. There's no doubt about it. It's just whether they want to retest them again. And I would say 80s is the level. I'm not going to play short down into it. If I'm going to play short, I'm going to need to see us accept underneath it because there's too many guys stuck down there right now, in my opinion. Meta now gone green, Microsoft green, Nvidia green. Amazon's the big loser today. Check my swings, make sure, how am I managing these? Okay, up 10% on Oracle, 17% on HUD, 5.5% in the IBET. So going all right. Those swings looking all right so far. This is a chop vest between these. I still think they want to lift up into here. It's just, I've had one go at it already, so I actually want to wait for them to come right back down and retest that low before I do it, or base above now at this point, one or the other. They're going for Globex again. They're looking for that squeeze, but they're not going to get it yet. They might need to retest the low first, like we talked about. Big seller here at 87, 900 lot. Wow, they're jumping today. They're jumping. They're trying to get this squeeze up to the 100s, but they're just jumping around on a book quite a lot here. Here they go. And try one more time here, see if we can get up to 100s. Nice. Really nice this time, from grey to grey. So there's a 900 lot here at 87. Once we get through him, we should get up to this 25,100. They're just front running this 900 lot here on the book. 25.90s, peeled some off straight above that key level. Wanting to see if we can just take him out. Can we take him out? Can we take him out? Come on, come and fill this guy. Coming in for these 90s, this guy at 90s. Here we go. There's the 900 lot here. 900 lot here. Filled. He lifted. He's moved up to 120 now. So I hit previous day point of control there. I'm just waiting to see if they lift one more time or not before I cut this, the rest of this. Sellers trying to step back in. Big node here at 70. Big node here at 70 developing. Nope. Back to New York Open. So we've got a spoofer on the book. He's still up there at 120 trying to get filled. And tiny size left now. The big node here at 70. Here we go. Booyah. Here we go. Let's go for this 120s now. The value area high. We will take profit into here, folks, and runners will be for gap fill. Come on. Lift to 120. Watching that lift to 120, watching ES for gap fill. It's almost there. Here we go. Here's the 120s. All right, peeling most off here. You can hear me smashing my hotkeys there. Peeling most off here, and then we'll see for gap fill now will be 163, and then the edge will be right up into here, 188 to 25,200. Really good. If this is going to be a right shoulder now, and we're going to get going, we need to start getting going over the 200s, really. We got a low volume node up into 174s from previous weeks. So up into here will be, I don't expect us to get much more than there unless they really turn on the boosters. Big buy came in here. 900 lot just came flying in here. Previous day value area high. Do not get caught here. Huge 900 lot buyer just came in here. You can see this spike on the profile. That's all buy side. Aggressive buyer stepping in there. Is the heat map through Bookmap? Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't be entering long here, folks. Definitely not. We were looking for, remember today, if dips hold the blue zone, we're going to look to see if we can hold. If we then reclaim the grey zone, the rotations like I talked about, it was grey to blue. I expect blue to hold, blue held. Blue went back to grey. I was looking for a redip back into here. It never came, so I had to wait. I got knocked out once and then got this move, TP1, TP2, and now if we get all the way up for gap fill, it'd be the yellow line above if my mouse wants to come up into here, and then older highs up here. So blue box trapping all those shorts at the lows. Remember at the lows I said we've just trapped lots of shorts at the lows. Look at all these guys getting caught trying to short into this grey box, and here is the blue box on my other screen. All these guys got caught, right? And when we lifted, and we have this big buyer up here now. So this is our over under now, right? 900 lot buyer at previous day value area high. That's our over under for sentiment for the day. If he gets caught, this now old value area high, current point of control, if he gets caught, we will rotate down. He will become liquidity that gets sold into. So that is your over under this sort of 120 level that we're back testing here. ES closed its gap. QQQ closed its gap. SPY closed its gap. NQ did not close its gap. We are now under that player. Be very, very Careful here. We're now under that player. Do I draw the grey zones off the daily charts? They're just done off profiles from like previous day or current day session or previous week session. They're just areas where I know we're likely to rotate, where we're likely to find a bid. Like the blue one was likely to set a trap for shorts, and it's exactly what we got. Remember, we said we would not short, all right, unless we got under this and flipped it. We didn't. We trapped shorts and we expanded. We ripped them higher because what's the trend right now? All right, if we zoom out, it's a pullback, right? And the pullback, we are going to take profit into here because we don't know, all right? If we think about this, we don't know if we get acceptance through here. If we find acceptance, you might get one of these and wash all these guys out, but we don't know that. So we buy these and we sell into that and we hold runners in case. But I'd imagine we will have somewhat of a choppy day here, but we will see. Let's see if they turn the boosters on or not. When I'm moving, take profit. When I'm taking profit, I'm moving break even. Yeah, definitely. Remember, I moved break even very quick here and got knocked out. So I looked for this squeeze. First time I was looking for this squeeze here, took a scalp, break even. I was like, oh, wait. They retrapped. I took the same trade and this time got it. And as soon as we start breaking through here, I'm break even. I don't want this to come back on me at that point. It's got no reason to. It's already trapped. Right, so I'm break even, I'm taking profit, I'm looking to see how high up we can go now. I don't want us to lose this grey shelf now. It's massive level here where this guy kept getting buying this 900 lot. This is our over under, right? I'm going to make this great. So we're bullish all the time we're holding above that. The moment we lose that, there's probably a nasty drop down to 100 very quickly. And if they want to be really nasty, they'll flush it even harder. So just remember, right here, is a guy that bought market orders, 900 lot buyer right here. Big buyer. All the time we're above him, he's comfortable. They're looking for 160. You can see it on the book. They're looking for 160, which will be gap fill. Where's my stop loss on the second trade? It's currently at 63, but I will probably take it off if we lose 106s, maybe even 120s. Trying to give it a bit of room. Trying to see if we can get up to 160s right now. Can we get up to 160s? Fill this gap. Give you a readout on the market. Tesla, 1/3% up. Nvidia, just under 3% up. Microsoft, 2% up. Meta, 0.5% up. Google, 0.30% down. Amazon, 1.8. Nice way to start the week. Amazon, 1.80% down. Apple, 1.22% down. All right, gap now filled, folks. Yellow line, so that should have been your main TP. Anything above this now becomes a bonus, but yellow line, we've now filled the gap. Job done. And if they trade back under this grey box, we can give back quite a lot of the move if this was a big shove up, just to be efficient, but we'll see. I've got a tiny guy left, but it's inconsequential now whether this guy makes it or not. A tiny guy left, but it's inconsequential whether he makes it or not. And I'll cut him if we start losing this shelf here, right? So it took 2 goes today, but it was the same thesis. It was basically long for this trap once we trapped for this. All right, and got knocked out first time. There's a shelf. And we'll see. If we get lucky, we're going to get all the way up into here. Where's that old... Where's me old naked? I thought that was it. Maybe not. All right, previous week value area high is a goer this week if they really want to get going. We will watch overnight value high into 200s, 210s. We don't have too much above that. We can get pretty thin and pretty wild if we can get above 210s. So we're watching up here. Where did I see that 900 buyer? What level? 120. Right here. 900 lot. 120. Here we go. So they're going to look to lift into overnight high here. This is a big level. There we go. It's the big levels where they're selling into. We're still holding 120s. So that buyer is still absorbing this tape right now. They're going to lift straight back up and look to go upside again. It's a big battle here now. So we're trading between 120s, 190s right now. Huge, huge battle. And this is the overnight high, overnight value area that we're coming into. This blue line here is your overnight value area of since the Sunday print, right? Acceptance above that, we can look for this level here, 220s and then 266s. We are still supporting this grey box. That buyer is still absorbing. The big market buyer is still absorbing down here right now. What order book am I using? I use Twin Peaks and Bookmap. Twin Peaks and Bookmap. Starting to see some buys be very aggressive up here right now. 65 just got aggressive. Here's the lift back into this same area. I would say if they start losing 65s now, I'd be careful because they've been very, very aggressive in this last few minutes here at 65s. In fact, I'm going to move my stop up further now. I want to protect those. I'm going to move it up to 60s. If we lose 65s, I think we wash back down fairly quickly. So I'm going to move it up 59. Let's do 59. Stop's now moved up to 59. Let's see if we can get previous day high, which is the red line above. I'm going to get washed out here. Might do. Might do. Come on, baby. Give me 220s. Give me 220s. Next target is this red box. 220s ideally, right up here. Come on. Give us 170 point at the start of the day. You should be up fairly decent already. Yeah, about 140, 130, 140 points right now. So let's see if we can get up into here. It'd be good. My stop's right under this node. See this node that's been developed? They got very aggressive up here. My stop's right underneath this now. 59s is my stop on the runner. Fucking hell, mate. There's always one. Why do I show it after the trade? Because I'm too busy getting into the trade. Sorry, I can't hold your hand. I told you what I was looking for today. Like, you even had the option to buy down here if you wanted. I told you what I was looking for. I told you where I was buying. I put it on after the trade because I'm actually trading. I'm actually trading. That's why. I have to be reactive. All right, washed out here on the runner. Fuck me. Chat's always a joke. All right, so they come back down probably to test this point of control here. 34s and then 20s again. And how we act here now becomes key. Breezy, you're buying that blue zone. Nice. All right, there's a 120 tap again. So they're testing this buyer, that same level that we were at earlier. They're testing this buyer here. VWAP as well across the indexes. And they're holding so far this buyer. So I'd say 160 is now key. If they fail to follow through above 160, so your rotation now in here is 120 to 160s. And if they do this, they get more. If they fail here, they come back down. If they fail here, they'll wash. All right, that's what we're doing right now. Back to VWAP. Still not under the 20s. So that buyer's still currently comfortable on previous day value area high. If we start leaving this area, there will be a shove back down, probably into POC, previous day POC. So this is old value area high. Buyers will want to bid and hold above this for the rotation. If they lose this bid, that 900 lot, we'd probably flush down here, and then I'd be watching to see if they want to reclaim to retest 160s today. Like I said, I think we'll be pretty washy and rangy today. So at the very start of the day, I don't think we'll be a big trend today. I think we'll probably wash around, build a lot of liquidity. Yeah. Not Jordan. The reason is people just want me to be like, buy here and sell here and do this. And they're not willing to learn the whys. And they don't understand that you can't just say, buy here and do this. I can say, this is an area that I'm interested in, but I need to see people get trapped in. And traps can happen like that. So I can't tell you before it happens all the time. I have to be reactive. And my job, believe it or not, is to make me money. So I actually have to trade what's in front of me. Okay, losing 120s, like I said, lose 120s potentially down here to previous day point of control and VWAP, and then maybe they trap and re-go back up. We will have to see. If they lose point control and VWAP, there is a rotation the whole way down. Right, so remember our main target was this right here. Gap fill has been complete. How we at now is key. VIX finding a bid here. Didn't close its gap, interestingly, on the VIX. All right, here's previous day point of control. Finding a bid of previous day point of control, trying to reclaim the 120s, not able to fully base above that 120s yet. So getting stuck between these two grey boxes. If we do a little dirty move, we'll wash, reclaim, hold, and then trade 160s. If they want to be dirty, they'll do something like this. They'll do something like, oh my God, give me this. If they want to be dirty, they'll do something like this, 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 and this for a move back into that. If they lose this, I wouldn't rule out the whole move back down, but we'll see how they build out in here now. Back to that 120. Big level, guys. 865 outlying buy side delta. It's why it's such a big level, right at 120. So still selling versus 120. That buyer is caught right now. That buyer is caught offside right now. Back down to VWAP. All right, so grey to grey. And this is key now what happens. If they're going to trap, they need to trap around here, reclaim 120 and squeeze. You got a big shelf there now. So if they, we just drew out the trap if they're going to trap. If you lose this grey box, I wouldn't rule out a rotation all the way to the lows. But if they're going to trap, this is where they're going to need to do it. But remember, low-hanging fruit, like we always talk about, technically gone here. It's technically gone. Back to 120. If they start to squeeze and bid above this, I am interested and I'll take a partial into 60. Here we go. Squeeze, so they're doing the trap. Here we go. Oh, he didn't tell me. He didn't tell me. Tell me when to do it. I think I drew it out before it even fucking did it for you. So watching now, can we bid and hold 1 over 140 now? So we're long now. There's the trap. Reclaim 120. Can they bid and now hold over 140? If they can, I'm going to peel some off into 160. Hold my hand while I go pee-pee. Please, daddy. All right, there we go. We're looking now for this. So I'm long from this trap once they started doing it. Peeled some off into this just in case. We have a little imbalance here. 140 is key. Over 140, we'll go 160. Over that, we're going to squeeze. And stop has moved straight up, by the way. I'm not gonna, because if we want to fade this, if they want to retrap here and do this move, they will. So watching this very carefully here. And this is why trading is reactive. All right, here we go. Come on, let's go 160s. Let's go, baby. I want to get over this shelf here, 50s. You can see there's a little edge right here. Get over 50s, we should get the 60s fill. Looking to get over there to get into here, ideally. I'm already paying myself. No, Billy, I'm sorry. Oh, come on, lift it, lift it, lift it, lift it, lift it. 60s is where the buyers got caught, right? So I'm looking for a retest of them. So if we think about what happened, I said here, be very careful. There's lots of buying upside. We failed that 60. We rotated to 20. We failed 20. We rotated to back to the previous day point of control. This is the area I said if they're going to trap, they're going to trap here. We're playing this now to just see if we can get into here. I've already paid myself no matter what, because if this is failed follow through and they lose this, this will be a dunk. So getting ready to get out on the rest here, out now. Can always re-add back in. Why out there? Because we left this shelf. All right, technically you could risk this, but I'm risking this shelf here. So I can always add back in if I see it reabsorb and want to play the same move again. Am I trading a 1 minute? Well, you're looking at a 1 minute. I wouldn't necessarily say I'm trading a 1 minute. I'm observing it. What matters to me more than anything is the hourlies and the dailies. It's 120 massive level still. They're still trying to rebid off this now. They might knock me out to go and do it now. We'll see. Oh, you dirty buggers. You dirty buggers. You left that shelf to knock me out to go and do it. Here we go. Ugh. Big level here. We can move this up. This is like this now. See this node? That's why I stopped out at the bottom side of the node. I'll wait for a re-entry. MAG is just rotating non-stop. So I'll give you a readout again. You'll see how much it's changed since last time. Tesla, 0.18% down. Nvidia, 3.19% up. That's off all the news in Japan. Microsoft, 1.60% up. Meta now down, 0.18% down. Google down, 0.89% down. Amazon, 2.63% down. Apple, 1.58% down. Oracle, 9% up. Oh, I must be printing over there. What am I now up on Oracle? 13.5%. Let's fucking go. It's a nice swing. So up 13.5% on Oracle, up approaching 20% on Hood. Really nice. So those who were trading that in the Discord with me, the swings, you can always lock in your risk here. There's a seller's just jumped on the tape here at 120. What is this guy doing? Bought leaps, yeah, nice, Breezy. Just for that retracement. We're starting to reject 120. We're over, under, back over again. They can't make their mind up here. It's a big level. Back to the top side of this block. Here we go. Do I only swing with commons? Yeah, pretty much. Like sometimes I'll take leaps, but mainly commons. Mainly because I'm trading my investment account, so it's tax-free. So I can only trade commons on that. So if we lift 140, we should get 160. If we lift 140, we should get 160. They're actually adding liquidity up at 180. But if we lift 140s, we should get 160s. I'm out of this. Payment link for Discord. Discord is free when you do the 20-hour course. There's no monthly subscription. The links are pinned to the top of chat. They should be pinned anyway. Did I pin them? Did I never pin them? If not, I'll put it back in chat again. Did I not pin it? My bad. There you go. Pin now. Am I leaning bullish today? I think it's just more relief. Like when we look at this, it's not that I'm bullish necessarily overall, right? It's that we've been in a big wash. We left volume, we washed, we hit the 200-day. We've seen relief. If we consider that leg one, this is a pullback. We're holding key levels here on the pullback. I'm thinking potentially we're going to come back up here. Not necessarily today, but we're going to create rotation here. Maybe a lift and maybe bears resell that level. If they don't resell, This level, I think they're going to resell this level back down, and I think we'll have something like that. And I think we'll build out here for a little bit of time while they make their mind up what we're going to do. A lot would depend on the broader market. Remember, we're weaker in tech, but we're seeing like a rally in software like we talked about at the open. They cannot get this through this 40 to get to 60. All right, be very careful here if you were in this long now. That's a failure. So the rotation happening, you can see each side of this very, very sensitive. No acceptance above, no acceptance below. If you get under this, this is very much possible. But this is what I was anticipating today. A lot of chop and slop. Yeah, that's it. Big chop, universal authorizer. That's it. That's what we expect today. We expect that liquidity to be built today. If you look at the last 3 sessions, like even if we go to the daily, all right, and then go to the daily. We're not really finding acceptance outside a previous day high, are we? We can chop in here. We know that this is a big level. This is volume from the high, from the all-time high, all right? We know that this is a big level on an all-time from the all-time high. So if you did a profile from all-time high, this is a huge level. Through this level, they can maybe lift for a back test of there. On the yearly, for the last 12 months, we know that this is a huge level. All right, so really what we're saying is we're probably going to do a bit of a dance in there for a bit. Yeah, we're going to do a dance in there for a bit. We're going to build up liquidity in there for a bit. Now, if bulls want to take it higher, or if sellers want to let bulls take it higher, they will let them do this move, all right, and let bulls chase in up here, and then they will sell them back down, all right? If bulls want to set a trap for shorts, they'll let it come under, reclaim, and do that move. If sellers just want to get aggressive, they'll wait for this break here and look for this clean out here to then come into the next level. All right, so we want to be careful when we're dancing in between 2 massive levels based on 1 year worth of volume. All right, we don't want to be too aggressive, right? We're aggressive when we leave volume. We're aggressive where we trap and we come back up. We're not aggressive where we create volume. Not aggressive. Or I'm not aggressive. I'll just say that. I'm not aggressive where we're creating volume. I'm aggressive where we're leaving volume. So no acceptance under, reclaim again, and now they're going to have another go to try and get back up to these 60s. Obviously, I'm not in anything right now. Here you go. So you're going to get your 60s now. I would be selling some into 60s, okay? And if you get acceptance above 60s, right, I'd be selling some into this red block. So it's the same trade, it just knocked me out. So it's the same trade, there's your 60s. Right, so sell a partial here, and now you should come in lift all the way up here now. You should get all the way up here now on the squeeze. There you go. So they're starting to do it. They just faffed around too much down there for me. But we lower our expectations, right? So when we're looking for these longs, because we know, all right, we know that it's a relief rally. We're not like piling into it, looking for like a huge pro trend move where we're going to break all-time highs. We're in a relief rally where we know we're coming into some big levels and we're going to sell, right, partials, because we don't know at what point the shorts say, hey, enough's enough, fuck off. Or do they go like, okay, you can come up here? Or do they go really, really bullish and let us, what was the level I just said we could come into? 25,800 or here. All right, I'd imagine one of these will be a higher time frame sell. One of these up here. So we have to manage our expectations as we get into those levels. Going after 200, yeah, probably trying to get to 220. I mean, if you look at the ES, it's just reclaimed its 20-day. SPY's getting a bid off its 20-day. Q's bidding off the 5-day this morning, coming up to previous day high. Yeah, so we might get alignment here between the cash market and the futures market. So I'll be watching that previous day high. The red line on your screen is probably what I think they're going to do. The 220s like we talked about is where they're trying to get up to. So if you are long in this, you look good, just make sure you're paying yourself on the way. The blue line on the screen is the current week developing profile since Sunday. Almost there, folks. So the trap worked. They just took time. They took too much time for me. It would have been nice if they did it first time. Probably should have re-entered here, but there we go. But this was your trap grey box, and this is your TP up here now. And you can hold runners above that for Globex high, which would be 265s. And over there, if you got very lucky, you'll get 350s if they really turn it on. But I would be selling like 80% of your profits into this move up here. Into this move up here, you want to be selling 80% of your profits, and then you can just hold runners. No, I'm not in the long. I tried. I had a go at it. I had the first go at it, right? So once they did the turnaround here, so I was long here, sold a partial, moved my stop under this shelf, got knocked out, all right? And then they kept trapping under that shelf, unfortunately, and then did the move. It is what it is. It's all right. It's Monday morning. I don't mind that. It's fine. This is your final TP. Red block is the TP, but ideally you get a sweep of this, but just make sure you've paid yourself some. What about shorting at the highs? Well, there's no reason to get short right now, is there? All right, we're bullish in momentum. Look at the flow zones. We're opening up. I would say you'd want to see them trap at the highs, wouldn't you? So if you're going to be bullish at the highs, bearish at the highs, you'd need to see something like this, some form of shelf built out, leaving the shelf, rejecting the shelf for that rotation. Otherwise, you're just guessing and hoping it swipes liquidity and then comes back down. You don't know it's going to do that. Question, I bought the indicator. Does that suite on TradingView, like you have, mark out the levels you have? It marks out all the horizontal levels, all the lines, but not the blocks. The blocks you'll have to draw in yourself. Like these grey and red boxes, you have to draw in yourself. Okay, like I said, VIX coming to close that gap now. It was odd that it didn't close it earlier, but it's looking like it wants it now. QQQ did just tap the previous day high on the cash market. So we got very, very close here. I think they will probably want to swipe it. Am I down for the day? No. Or do you mean done for the day? No, I'll look for another trade. That's all I've got today. A couple $1,000 at the moment. Rotating the accounts. But I will look for another trade. Now remember, this trade here is like 118 points. It's you only need one of those a day. One of those a day gets you paid. This trade here, if you make it, will be 125 points. But already into the red block, that's another 100-pointer if you manage to stay in it. Wiggled me out. I told you I moved my stop under here. Like, it is what it is. Oh, don't move that. I need that guy. No, I don't need that guy. He can go. So they're trying to lift. They're looking for the 220s. Through 220s, you're looking for 265s. Just be careful up here, though. I would not be joining long up here, that's for sure. Alex, why is the EMA trend indicator not accessible from my end? Did you apply from it? Did you put in your TradingView details correctly? Normally, if it's not working, it's because you haven't put like you've misspelt your username on TradingView or something like that in the form that you have to fill out. What's the red box? Red box is a supply zone. All right. If it's a blue box, it's an area I think buyers will step up. If it's a red box, it's an area where I think sellers might step up. Grey boxes are volume that we are building out. Do I prefer NQ over ES? For me, yeah. But I just know the personality of NQ. Okay, they keep trying to sell under 200 here. We have imbalances. Their big buyer came in at 180. A big buyer came in here at 180. So maybe they dunk down to that and then save it. Here's the dunk to 180. Do they save it now at 180? Or do they wash this all the way back down to 150 now? So big buyer stepped in at 180 first time round. Sellers getting caught at that low. Watching the 180 here. They're trying to do that next trap to move up right here. Here we go. So saved 180. Sellers caught under there right now. All right, so here 180, there's the big buyer. They tried to sell under the 180. They got caught. All right, and buyers now stuck topside at 204. So the rotation is 180 to 200 right now. Literally instant rotation. 180, 200. They have enough juice to trap and go here now. So if you were quick there and I said, do they trap at 180? That's where the big buyer was. Then you could have taken, you know, 20 odd point trade just up here and then now hold your runners again. If they come back under 180 and lose it though, I would be out of this completely. There you go. That's the 200 tag. This is the sell side imbalance. All right. And over this is where buyers got caught. But if we find acceptance over this, you can still have 220 as a low hanging fruit to go and attack. You took it. There you go. Some of you took it. Some of you took it. So there's the trap right here. Once you understand how they built the liquidity, all right, it was here for you. Once you understand, like this is a big buyer. Sellers sell underneath the buyer. They get caught. That means there is a passive buyer here absorbing. We absorb and run it back to the 200 where the buyer got stuck last time. If we can get through to 200, we're going to look to trade 205s. Through 205s, you probably get a new higher day. But what do I know? Like I always talk about, I'm just a numpty on YouTube, right? What the fudge do I know? I'd be looking to see if you can get 220s here. If you're lucky, they'll reload this for 220s for your runners. But just be smart, folks. Don't be adding up at the highs. You want to add on a trap. Otherwise, you want to leave it alone. Here you go. You should get 220s. If these buyers can just get out their own way here, then you should get 220s. So here we go, folks. Here we go. Very, very close here. Very, very close here. It's a bit jumpy. There's a seller at 215. You should, once you clear him, you should just pop and run it all. Here's the 215 guy. Once you pop him, you should just be able to run it all. Come on, guys. Just step up and run it for them. 215, 215, 215, 215. There you go. Did you get it? It's pretty close. It must have been a tick away. Here you go. So here's your TP. So even if you took that trap we just talked about down here, there's your next TP. Through that now, you're looking for 265s. And if you got very, very, very lucky, you could look for higher into like 350. I don't think we'll do it. I don't think we'll do that. I think we'll rotate. There's your TP. There's your TP. And here's the expansion. So Globex next. Globex next, so you can look for 260s, 265s, and through that, if you got very lucky, you'll get 350s. So through all this now, that trap, beautiful down there. That's why I said don't short the highs. You don't short the highs. There's the trap into this guy here. Even if you weren't watching Footprint, all right, you had a node there which they supported, they rebid, they reclaimed, and it's expansion right now. Yeah, it's a great trade. If you understand it, it's a great trade. It's a great ability to play the momentum there. Okay, they've just cleared out high of day here. ES not quite there yet, folks. So ES has got a little bit left to go. A little bit left to go. Let's see how many of you are on stream right now. Yeah, you should have locked most in. Right, ES now taking previous day high, SPY taking it out. So we are now officially an efficient market. So you want to be very careful here. Guys, over 1,400 of you watching and only 400 likes. Come on, folks. Is that fair? Is that fair when you've had about 250 plus points out of me today? Even if you wanted to take this trap, which I just gave you. Even if you wanted to take that trap. Come on, smash that like button. We get the likes going and we'll give away some stuff on stream. All right, so your TP1's in here, TP2's here, and TP3 is this grey box. I would not be long up here now. No way, Jose. Can still see them stacking on the book. 35, 40, 45, 250. I'm just going to have a quick look higher on Bookmap to see if there's anyone stacking. 290, 300s are being stacked, and 350. Well, you've got guys stacking into these boxes, into orange and grey. So maybe you get lucky here. Maybe you get the full move. I would not be getting long up here now, though. VIX getting crushed here. So VIX next level it can look for is previous day low, which will be 1728. So this can keep lifting if VIX is going to keep doing that. You might get lucky. Oh my God. This one's going to hurt, man, because if I had this original position and not moved my stop under that shelf, I would still have 10% left looking for this, which would be 200 pointer. Never mind. I'm going to remove this red block now that we've traded through it. All right. It's pretty thin nodes here. Where to price anchored volume profile from? From the 9:30 open. 9:30 open. Guys, when you have any questions, just check Nightbot because it might answer some of them. If you're new here and you're looking at what I'm trading, what instrument, what the volume profile is, what the indicator is, Nightbot there will tell you. All right, so looking for this next move now. If you're long into 65s, there is a seller stacking here at 50s, but hopefully you get the 65s. And then through 65s, you can look for 300 and even 350. What's that high? Yeah, it is 354. Just going to mark this out. This guy right here. All right, possible here. If they really shove it, I'd be surprised. The most recent TP that you're looking for is this orange line. ES about to do the same move, so it's about to take out its orange line as well. What is that level? 66. They are still lifting, folks. They're lifting. Big seller here. I think they'll get through it. I think they'll just do a nasty swipe. VIX probably wants previous day low at the moment by the looks of it. There's the 50 tap. You should get this move now into the 65. And through there, 300 and 350. It's possible. I know, but it is possible. This was the pullback today with a double bottom. So the bottom was 6 a.m. and then that pullback, we looked at the blue box, same level. And they've bid it back up. And I think they want this at the moment. Big buyer got a little bit stuck there at 50s, folks. Decent size lot, 100 lot stuck up there at the 950s now. So worth thinking about that. Even if we explode above him and then come back under him. We have imbalances down here into 30s and 20s. I think it wants more. ES did just take out that Globex level. I'm not convinced this is done yet. They might just want one more trap before they try and finish it. We'll see. We've got imbalances, like I said, 32s and 28s and 23s. Might come and fill some of these imbalances. We have just been efficient. So into that first imbalance here, cleared it out. Buyer is caught at the high. I'm in a tiny little sell here, guys, just to be honest with you. Once I saw that buyer trapped and we came back under 40s for these imbalance fills. That's the third imbalance now tapped into there into 22s. Still in this now. Seeing if we retest 16s or not. I don't want to reclaim a 30s here where we've got a sell side imbalance. It's just a scalp. And I'll watch this if we come to 16s. And if we back test and lose this grey box, here we go, out here on a runner. Just had a little scalp there just because I saw the player get stuck at the highs. All right, so I'm going to show you again. I can't always do this because I have to be very quick. That was the buyer getting stuck. See, the buyer got stuck. We came under his level once we lost. Where did I start attacking? 40s. We had some imbalances to fill here back into this key level here, 28s. I want to see if we get under value. I'm out of this now, and we'll just see around this grey box if we do a bit of a dance for a while. It's just a scalp. A scalpy scalp. Right, it's just understanding that guy got caught once we left him and left 40s. Was like, might as well put something on. Too good not to, just into the grey box. Still think they want more upside, but could use his pain for a minute. High day auction does look good. It does look good. It's just interesting they didn't want to swipe that out, but it does look good. ES bidding on previous day high here as well. So ES did swipe Globex, is now on previous day high. Watching that carefully. Very, very carefully. Are the grey boxes where approximately 70% of higher volume nodes are at? No, they're just where the nodes are. They're just where we're developing nodes. No, I'm sorry, Money Peking. No sale on that course right now. Sorry, buddy. It's pretty new. Alex, do I need to buy the TradingView version to work TradingView? Don't have Ninja yet. What do you mean? You can get the TradingView version of the indicator. I'm not sure what you're asking, Nick, but yeah, you can get the TradingView version of it. Thanks, man. Out with profit anyways. Green on the day. Thank you, man. Amazing. Look forward to using tax money to buy classes and to join Discord. Thank you for the tip. That's very kind of you. All right, grey box to grey box here. We can just move this one over. That trap didn't quite make it, so you got your first TP. Hasn't quite made it. Grey box to grey box is possible here. I would say ES has done the move, though. It's now losing previous day high. We have to see now. If they fail to reclaim, they might shove this all the way back down into these kind of areas. There are other nodes, though. It's kind of messy how they've developed this, I'll be honest with you. Not the prettiest. This is the big level, right? Where was that big player? I've got to remind myself where that huge player was. Was it 20s? Why can't I remember this now? Where is he on my book? 120. Okay, I need to remember that. Okay, it might come down for this and retest it. It might be backside here, but we'll see. If they protect this low, then they'll have one more shot to go back up. Like I said, I think we're going a rotation day. Watching the 80s. 80s is where that buyer stepped in before. Here, this trap. So they might do 200 to 80s rotation here. And then what we do after that is going to become hard. Here we go. Oh, I fucking have the short as well. Oh, there we go. They might come all the way down. If we start losing this level here, 80s, we can come all the way back down into this block down here, which is where that big buyer had been participating. So I would say now we'll rotate between these and make a decision of this or this. This is kind of nasty how they've got this double one. If they lose this, we come down. And I was short from 40s. Oh my god. Oh my god. So that player at the high, he's becoming the liquidity. This guy up here got caught, and we're kind of come back down. We have more imbalances to fill down here. Maybe into 50s and 45s. Very, very possible. And this 80 player here, key. If we stay under him, we'll probably fill all of these now. Oh god, too late for me now. Wanted to play the edge. Wanted to play the edge. You just start using TradingView for charting and realize it's delayed data. Well, for futures, it will be delayed data unless you pay for CME or you log into. I mean, if you have a prop firm and you log into Tradeify on TradingView, you will get the data. But otherwise, you can pay. I think it's like $5 or $8 a month or something for CME on TradingView, or at least it used to be. Okay, down to previous day close here. Filling these imbalances. Oh, that's painful. That is painful. I seem to be using 2 to 3 different tools. Well, volume is free. The flow zones, a version of this comes in the course. And footprint is right here on TradingView. This is, I don't provide this. Like, you can get this though. I teach you how to use footprint. Same with Bookmap. I teach you how to use it. I don't provide it. I don't make it. I don't own it. Yeah, AZ, that was it. Swipe of liquidity, trap buyers at the highs, and go back down. So it's the same concept, right? Think about what we've had today. That 100 lot guy got caught up at these highs, right? And once he's stuck and they've sold into him, they pair off and they trade back down inside. If we think about the low of day, the big 100 lot sellers came in where we thought buyers would step in, they get caught, and we use their pain to go higher. What I don't really want to do is trade like around the mid, right? So the longs were here and the shorts were probably here. So I might have to sit this out for a bit now. It might be that I have to sit this out unless we can get a pop to fade or a real dump that gets soaked up. I don't want to be trading the midpoint of the range. It's going to get harder and harder to trade in here. So we've got all these, the way, especially with how we've developed the nodes, right? Especially with how we've developed these nodes. The tool where you have 100 lot, that's just order flow. You can get that for free. There's a video on my YouTube. You can get that for free. They provide it for free. Tradeify. Up 1,524 for the day. Thank you, Alex. You're welcome. Okay, so grey to grey again, probably. We have an imbalance here at 200. If they lift 200, we're going to trade 26s again up here. So I'm interested how we operate up here. Obviously, we didn't take out the final low-hanging fruit, the Globex on NQ. Our main order flow today has still been bullish, so we just have to see, do we see failure to follow through up here? All right. Do we see a move up here where buyers get stuck and they resell it, or are we going to see this? That's the question right now I'm posing. I don't mind which. I probably won't play the long, but if I see buyers get stuck there and I think this is going to be failure to follow through, I'll consider the short. At the previous day high, not seeing buyers get stuck yet. They're being aggressive, but I think they're going to try and re-squeeze this. TradingView and NinjaTrader are not indicators. They're platforms. I can't tell you which is better. It's whatever you prefer. It's very personal. It's personal preference. They're still looking to drive this higher, top side of this grey box. And if they get through this, then I think up here and maybe even up here is possible. They want a big old squeeze out. Yeah, exactly what squeezed. Grey box to grey box, held the PDC, reclaimed. Same level that they trapped in before, right? Same level, same kind of thing. Did the dance at 180. Reclaimed and gone, and right back to this top side. I just don't want to play the midpoint anymore. When we think about where we are in the IB, I'm not really interested in playing that. So I'm interested now if we fail here, or if we, I guess I could think about an IB expansion or an IB failure. We'll see. We'll see. Just got to let it set up now. Let it build some liquidity. Watching this previous day high, that red line, how they act there. They are trying to absorb there right now. ES breaking out for a new high of day as well. Nice, DTN. Look forward to working with you. So node being developed here, that grey box. No entry for me yet. I still think there's a chance to break out here, but we'll see. I'm not going to play the longs, but I think it wants to break out. I'm more interested in fades once we get stuck, unless we can set like a giant trap. We'll see. Maybe that might have done it already under that 80 again. Remember, we have liquidity stuck at 50. That big buyer, the high day buyer, he's stuck at 50. I really need a coffee right now. What do you do to cross the intraday trailing on a brand new TPT Pro in terms of what your maximum take profit or points is or stop loss? Well, your take profit and your stop loss should be based on the liquidity in front of you, where the levels are, not based on a cash amount. So you should work out what you're willing to lose or what you're trying to make and base it upon your contract size, upon where that trade's no longer valid. In terms of how to deal with it, well, probably size down, take your time, break it down into 10 days or 5 days or 20 days to get past the trading drawdown or whatever it is. Don't be too aggressive on day one. And once you're past the trading drawdown, you can do your set and forgets, right? It gets a lot easier. All right, back down to this previous day high. Still don't like how we're shaping up here. I still think there's a chance they shove it again. How do you get anchored volume profile to now to not cover candles? Well, have it set to the right, pinned to the right. How do I calculate value levels? Any chance they might be wrong because I see different? It's a chance they're wrong. It depends how they calculate them. It depends what time frame you're on. It depends what you're using. TradingView is normally slightly different to NinjaTrader, so I have both on my screens. Yes, breaking out here. I think NQ wants to go. We've still got that bias stuck at 50s. Once you get above 50s, I think you're going to get a rip, but it's just whether they turn on the juice or not here. They're trying. They are trying. The way they're building out the liquidity here is not great. I still think there's more upside in this, which is why I'm not playing downside. 250s coming up. There's the test towards 250s. Once you get through that, there's a re-squeeze because that's where that big player, that 100 lot, got stuck before. So if you are long, I'd be taking a partial into this guy at 250. And if you get through him, you'll be looking for 66s and then this grey box above. So here's the 250. You need this guy not to become a seller. You need this guy up here not to become a seller. So you want to break through 250 and just rip some faces. There's the 250. He started selling there. So he's got out break even. Now, if you rebid this above it, you can look for 66s and 300s, right? So like we said, there's the buyer was stuck at 250s. Look at that, right into 250. He became the seller. So whoever market ordered there before has probably now got out. Now, if you rebid above this, you should get the squeeze. There you go. So we should now get 66s and potentially 300s if ES wants to carry it. You should be taking a little bit of a partial into high of day. Again, they've caught buyers up here into 55. So you want to see a base out above IB high now. Here we go. You're going to get this. Finally going to take this orange line out. Here we go. Well done, guys. You finally got it. Nice. All right, so runners now will be 300. So if you rebid this, all right, your runners now are into here, 300. And then to this level here, 350. I'm just going to do a measured move. I just want to see. Is initial balance set? It is. Let me just see what that's going to look like today. It's going to look pretty big, isn't it? Oh, look at that. Look at that. 1618, right into previous week value area high. I would be somewhat surprised if they were able to do that today, but who knows? All right, liquidity taken on Globex. The only thing left of these up here now. Gray and then red line. All right, folks, I'm going to grab myself a coffee. Let's just check how many of you are here. What's the time? And I would like to do an early giveaway here. 1,400 of you here. Smash that like button, 678 likes. When I get back, we'll give away like an introduction course, and then we'll do some Apex giveaways as well. Coming right back. Coffee's boiling. Or brewing, I should say. Is he actually trading? Like, what the fuck are you lot on about? Yes, a version of the indicator is in the course. So if you open up the course and scroll through it, you'll find a version there as well, a version for it there in the course. So you've just got to go down into the course and find it. If you want the pro version, you will have to upgrade for the pro version. So I'll be using IB and 250 as your over under. That's where the buyer came in, 250, this level here. And definitely this level here is huge. This node down here. So back to 250 where this buyer came in. Oh, I'm going to fill all this in so quickly. Fuck me. ES holding up pretty well here. So it's imbalance being filled back to this grey box. Do they rebid here or not? Or are they now going to sell IB and 50s for a bigger wash? VIX has just come back under previous day's low and found a bid, so we know. So we're watching these 50s and IB. If they start rejecting here, we might move lower violently if they start rejecting. So what I'd be looking for now is, are they going to do... Are you going to let me draw? No, you're not. Are they going to reject 50s, come under here and wash, is what I'd be watching carefully for. If not, they're going to do it. They're going to do the same trap and come back up for this again. So these 50s, big level. They're still adding liquidity higher, though. They're still adding liquidity at like 90s and 300. So it looks like they're trying to lift. And ES is holding on really well, doing all the work so far. So back to these 50s again. They have to make their mind up here soon. Are they going to go for one more shove up? Do they really have it in them today? It is impressive. VIX right that previous day low. That's going to be key for VIX. That's going to be key for VIX. Back above the IB, back above the 50s. They're trying to rebid this now. They're trying to force another squeeze up. It's a very sensitive area here. They're adding liquidity higher at 90s right now, trying to drag it up. ES, I'm trying to go for a new high here on ES. I think it's going to break out again. You know, it's impressive. Shorts might keep getting caught here. Where's my... They're making it really hard to draw today, TradingView. It's starting to annoy me. Sensitive area here then versus the IB. Do we get the IB to VWAP trade today? Do we see failure to follow through? Are they going to hold the 50s? All these questions. Waiting for them to develop it. It's possible, but we don't want to be front running because they keep adding liquidity higher. There is no such thing as 1050 macro. Sorry to say that to you. It's all bollocks. It's all bollocks. All it is liquidity being traded around an hourly open and close. It's nothing to do with some macro bollocks. Sorry. Doesn't exist. It's big institutional traders watching highs and lows and open and closes of multiple time frame candles. Sorry to be the voice of reason with you. All right, still watching these 50s. ES failed to break out here. Still watching these 50s. They're still absorbing in front of 50s. They're still looking to shove this up to 300 at the moment. It is impressive. The squeeze here. At some point, they will probably end this squeeze and we'll see. I think we'll see a rotation day. I do not think we're going to go into a big trend day, but I am happy to be wrong. If they're going to do that, it will be doing it without me. That's for sure if they do it. What's the high of day auction look like? It's all right. It's not a lot of excess, so it's all right. Definitely slowed down here the last 3-4 minutes. It's IB's key. You can see it. The IB in 50 is key right now. They are adding liquidity higher and higher and higher, though. They are trying to attract this market. They keep adding new levels. Someone's come on the book here. 70, 80, 90, 300, 310. They're trying to attract the market up right now. They're trying to get up into this grey block. It's what they're adding on the book. I'm waiting to see if we offer a rotation trade. They're my least favorite trades, but I'm waiting to see if we offer a rotation trade back down. I will not front run this. I will not front run this. VIX needs to reclaim previous day low. I can hear my coffee's brewed. Do I have time to go and get it, or am I going to go and get it and miss the whole bloody thing? What do you reckon, folks? Shall I go and then you guys will all get the short without me? I think I can go and get it. If they're going to shove it up here, I've got time to get my coffee. Right, be right back. Oh, all right, we're back. We're back. Oh, fuck off, you new people in chat talking bollocks. You absolute cretins in chat. Get out of here. Absolute nonsense. I would like to see this so I can... Yeah, it's nothing to do with confidence. I'm telling you what's happening before it happens. So it's got nothing to do with confidence. What you want, my friend, is someone to trade your book for you. And that is you're gonna struggle with that. If you're gonna hop around YouTube place to place to place, I'm teaching you how to fish. I've told you every key level today and what I'd be looking for. Get out of here with that nonsense. Get out of it. Learn to trade, my friend. It might hurt your ego right now, but the best thing you can do is learn to trade, rather than sit here being like, I want someone to tell me exactly what they're doing when they're going to do it. Go and watch the other YouTubers. In fact, go and watch Top Step and trade exactly how they trade when they tell you they're entering. I see how well that goes for you. Get out of there. Get out of there. That's bollocks, and you know it. Come on, market. Right, let's give away a free course here. Give me a second to get it set up. Oh, yeah, you can use Top Steps, just whether you want to follow them. All right, type course once in chat. We'll give away a free course for you guys. Just the introduction course. Still absorbing here. Still no follow through underneath that 250 in IB. And value now moved up, right? So this is a massive level. Like this kind of level here, we are not leaving right now. We're still absorbing. this level here right now. It's not a node. It's just where they keep trying to absorb price, maybe to complete the rotation up into here until they're done with it. Unless we get a backside move. Definitely seeing aggressive sellers. Aggressive sellers keep stepping in down here, and they cannot get follow through underneath these 50s. That's what we can see right now. At the moment, they're not getting follow through under the 50s. I'm going to remove that so it doesn't confuse you, but it's just a big level to be watching. Give you guys another minute to do that. VIX starting to reclaim. Big buyer coming in there at 65 now. Another 85 lot come flying in. 85? Yeah, 85 lot. For the force up. Here we go. So they absorbed. They're trying to complete this move to 300 and maybe even 350s. Like I said, on the book, they kept adding liquidity up here, trying to attract the market to come up and fetch it, which is what we're now seeing. And there we go. There's the re-squeeze up and towards here. You can see it all on the book. So they added so much on the book. Are they going to add any more above? No, not really. This might be the limit to where they go to. 290, 300 into this grey box. Just watching the previous week's value here and what can happen if they lift. All right, let's pull this winner. Winner is Justin Lorenz. Are you here, Justin Lorenz? I'll give you a free course, introduction course. It's only the 2-hour long one. But let me know you're here in chat. Here's the grey box, folks. There's the lift to 300. Nice. So Justin, just send me a email, info@flowzonetrader.com. I've made a note of your name. Just show me you logged in. All right. The only next thing they can go for is this red line. All right. So 300. The only next thing that they can lift for is that red line. That will be the overnight spike high from Sunday if they really want to take Globex out. But I'd watch 300 here very, very carefully into and around this box, that whole number. But if they want to do 50 points more, they will. But we are getting a little bit frothy up here. A little bit over exuberant. We never let go of that IB, so we need to be aware of it. It's possible they come for this. But this grey box got tagged, 300 got tagged like we talked about. And we look for volume now to start getting trapped anywhere from here all the way up here. If we're going to play that downside move. Until we see volume trapped, we cannot play the downside move. Auction at the high is a 45 lot at the high right now. Who got stuck, but it's not very big. Not too much of a swipe. Back down we come. Watching this. Watching this now. If we leave these nodes up here and start rejecting 88 and 90s, I'm interested in the short. Testing this old wick now. Do they offer a reload here? Do they get stuck versus 88s and 90s? I'm watching this now to see if we reject after trapping and tapping this box. If we don't reject, there's no trade. Here's the move back into it. If they reclaim this, there's no trade. No trade. We need to wait for a rejection and a leave. Alex, would you advise copy trading multiple accounts at the same time or trade them individually? Guess what I'm asking is how to trade them. It depends on your success rate, and how you're feeling. Like, I'm not feeling like 100% today, so I'd do them one at a time. When I'm feeling good, I'd trade them all together. If you've got a proven strategy and you're feeling good, do them all together. Obviously, like, it's the riskier thing to do, but you don't need to size up. We are starting to see some rejection up there at the moment. Buyers just got caught into 290. They are still adding liquidity higher though into 210, but buyers just got caught. It's perking my interest here for a short back down. What's this? 89s. Yeah, 90s is the level. I might have just missed that, folks. It might do it now. I might have missed my entry there. Might have missed my entry there for the trade back down into 66s. Might have just missed that. Request sent on Saturday to come into the Discord. Where did you send it to the right email? Maybe it went to my spam. Sometimes that happens. Let me check now. Can you tell me what your email is, whoever just sent that? You'll have to email me from the same place you bought the course, the same email. FTR. Can't see anything. Can't see anything. So just let me know. I've just checked my spam as well. I can't see anything. Spam sent when? Saturday. Nothing there. You want to hear Trump? Is that why this stream's growing? Because you're all here for Trump.
Bad Bunny, remove the first name. That's what that performance was. Bad. Bad.
He literally tweeted that. That's not me just saying it. He actually tweeted that out. All right, still lifting it. Wow, still lifting it. Still lifting it. Still no rejection. I thought about taking this candle here once we close back under, but still lifting it. Are they going to come for this? Are they coming for that 350s? I tell you what, if we get through 350s, you've got to be thinking 440s or 400s. You have to. Rejection into that box again. So the short now will come if we trap up here and we do this. There will be a short here. It's counter trend. I'm going to tell you that. It's counter trend, but I think we're going to have a rotational day. Back to these 90s. This is where the buyer has just stepped in again here, up here. So we can see this. Buyer bought the high up here. All right, so 90s is a big level. They did just get a little caught here. You can see sellers trying to sell through 90s, but all the time we're absorbing here, it's still okay. If you don't have that, you can just use this, can't you? You can just use the volume spikes. All right, use the tools you've got for you. They continue to lift this. Asia high all day long, yeah, so you think we're coming for this. You think 350. It looks like it, doesn't it? It very much looks like it. Let me just zoom out on ES. ES already done it. ES has done it. Been and done it. It's on a move, isn't it? It wants it. It wants it. You guys might well be right. Let me just see what this 20-day is. Sixes. Whoosh. How are we doing on the swings? Do I need to start locking in some profits? 20% up now on Hood. Let's fucking go. Let's go. What a trade. We bought this down here. Beautiful. We bought the 70s. We're already trading towards the 90s. Beautiful. This is where I'm trying to get up into. We're almost there. So anyone in Discord that caught that with me, we're looking very, very good. Oh, well, it's going for it. It's definitely going for it. You can't rule out previous week value area high at this point. You cannot rule it out. I think it's great. Like I've got nothing against Bad Bunny. I think it's good that they, have multicultural stuff at halftime and stuff. Like it's one of the biggest sporting events watched in the world. I just think I can't believe that he came out and tweeted what I said. Like it's for me, it's madness to say that. But there we go. Your Oracle leaps up 45%. Yeah, exactly, man. We're looking good. Oracle up almost 10% today. So we called all of these in the swing channel in Discord last week. All right, so which one was this? What were we looking for? Hood. That was when I said starting on Hood. Already up 20% off that. Oracle is above. Palantir, did I miss Palantir? I might have missed it. I didn't see me get filled. I must have missed it. Oh, I missed it. You mother clucker. Oh, I had wish orders down here. Never mind. Trade. Okay, gonna remove this now. We traded through that block. You know where it wants. It's just whether it can get there. It's definitely what it wants right now. Give you a readout on the market, how green this market's now gone. Tesla 1.73% up, Nvidia 3.5% up, Microsoft 2.62% up, Meta 0.71% up, Google 0.5% up, Amazon just over 0.5% down, and Apple 1.74% down. Okay, we have imbalances here back down to the 300s. Remember, the trade that we're looking for will be if we start to fail and leave volume. We have trapped a few buyers up at 25, so we have imbalances now down towards 300s. I will be selling this if we start to trap and leave volume, not beforehand. So we're looking for like spikes where we see guys get stuck, and I'll be looking for us to leave volume. Can't join Discord for free. No, it's free if you do the 20-hour course. It comes as part of the 20-hour course. Still they're lifting. So still nothing trapped yet. Still they're lifting. Do we lock some of this in? Tell the guys that helped out. Come on, I actually just want this to like keep shoving up at this point. No Discord with the volume course. Sorry, guys. Only because it's not fair on the other guys that did the other course, and you might trade volume a different way, and there's lots of reasons for it. Alex, do you have anything you look for to confirm price isn't going to come back for the trapped buyers or sellers? Well, it's more about leaving it. It's always about the reaction, right? So now we have this here. So if we start leaving this, we can look for this, right? This level now is key. If we keep failing this level into 20s, this will now be key. There's an imbalance there, and we have buyers caught above it. So I'm interested in this now, but the thing is, we need it to push up and reject it for this trade back down towards the 300s. If it can't push up and reject it, then there's no trade. And if it pushes up and doesn't reject it, then we're going to trade up to 350. I'm obviously not going to be long up here. Right, we're so far into premium now. We're coming into we're right into the top side of premium from the previous week, right, which will be into sort of 420s. So still no rejection yet. They keep bidding now at 300. So I think there is a move here. It's a small move back down towards these 300s, 280s, 300s. I think this can happen. Otherwise, you're going to see this. But this can happen, and if they let go of this, this can happen. It all depends when they're going to be done with it. This is obviously the low-hanging fruit right now that they're looking for. They just pulled the bid at 310. What is it? There's someone joking around here on the book a little bit. They're stacking 300 right now. Yeah, still going. We're in a giant squeeze here. VIX back under previous day low. Starting to reject here. Not sure they're done with it. Honestly, it's not a big reaction here. It's just a slowdown. Watching this buyer at 310 to 300 to see if he steps back in early. So leaving those 320s now. Are we going to swipe down? So this buyer that was at 320s just or 300s has just stepped in at 307. Watching for this short now all the way back down into the 300s. If we don't do that move straight away in one go. Come on then. What are we going to do? We're going to revisit 320 for me or not? We're just going to trap again and go higher. And they're now offering 330. Lots of games being played here, folks. From the 10s to 30s, lots and lots of games being played here on the tape. That buyer's now stepped in at 315, so he's moved from 07, got filled, moved up to 315 to try and support the bid there. I still think they want higher. ES is still expanding. They're still looking for higher here. So back to the 20s now, and if they get through this, they're going to look for those 50s. A lot of games being played in this area here, folks. A huge amount of games being played here. Still absorbing at the moment. Watching 315, player at 315. 315, 330s. ES failing in front of 990 there. Where's Spider's trading? Spy probably wants the 695 again, that gamma level. I'm going to assume. Spy probably wants that gamma level. You can see this shelf being built out now. The importance of this shelf. The over-under. Still holding it for now. Watching this, I'm eyeing up the short here. I'm eyeing up the short here, folks. Here's the move to 300. All right, grey to grey happening again. I'm eyeing up the short here. If we start leaving volume trapped, I will participate in the short back down. Watching 300 here because they keep trying to absorb. Sellers coming in aggressively down here. They're still trying to absorb it. We have an imbalance into 301 to 97s. Okay, so watching this grey box, do we react here and trade back up, or are we going to start slicing and we can start looking for shorts? So still protecting the 300s, back towards the 20s. Still the games continue. Grey to grey, grey to grey. Still protecting the low volume node right now. What platform for level 2? I'm using both Bookmap and NinjaTrader. Yeah, the guy at 350, yeah, he's been there for a while. He's been there for a while. We can see it here. Right, so this is the rotation. So these are the imbalances that are holding. You can see the highs, we keep getting buyers caught. At the lows, we keep getting sellers caught, but we're holding the imbalances. So we're rotating between the imbalances, this low volume node, right? We're rotating between grey to grey, grey to grey, grey to grey. Coming back down for those imbalances. This is where the last lot of sellers got caught here at 10s. So I just want to see if there's a bit more aggression on the tape and if these buyers show exhaustion, but we're not leaving aggressively. We almost need, to be honest, we almost need a swipe now and then that. First pullback on ES. VIX coming into a key pivot, 1740. So it's reclaimed previous day low. Still eyeing the same trade. I like it less and less. The longer we're here, the less I like it. We're starting to see some rejection here, though. They are starting to struggle to reclaim and squeeze. Still no confirmation. So they're adding liquidity now, 25. Seller now adding liquidity at 25. He's trying to drag the market up a bit. Now he's lifted and moved to 27 and 30s. Now he's come down to 20. So they continue to play games in this area. Someone's going to get hurt soon. Back to those 20s again. Do they lift and go 30 now? I almost want them to clear it out to make it easier. Vic's failing that 1740 drive. Had a good go at it. Let me see if we can get back in above again. Still not through this grey box. It's getting very, very, very tight here, but we're building out a bigger and bigger node because we keep dropping down and saving it, which doesn't leave much room. This is where it becomes like less and less attractive, right? If we keep making this thicker, then we're going to have to play this, and we don't get much room for that trade there. It becomes like a 1-to-1 trade unless we get a runner to go, and then it's like a 3-to-1. So it's not that attractive at the moment. And if they reclaim this, then they have got this red line to go for, which looks like they're still trying to do that Globex high up here, which was the original trade thesis from down here, right? The original thesis. And if they get through that, well, that would be quite the shove up for previous week value area high today. I didn't think we'd do that in one day. Buyers definitely just caught there again into above 20s, above 22s. They got really caught there. 23 to 26s, they got really caught there on that last shove. We're still absorbing though, so you can see the top of the grey box. This is starting to perk my interest again. Volume profile on the right is anchored volume profile. Nightbot has just told you in chat underneath what you've said. All right, back to where those buyers were trapped again. 23 to 26s. Let's see what they do here. Do we just trade back through it? I think we just want to swipe out higher at this point. It's going to make the short easier for us if we're going to take a short today. Because the flow zones are supporting bid. We're above the initial balance. We're in a trend up day. It's just I don't want to buy the high. So I'm looking for a mean reversion trade back down if and when it comes, and then we can think about a rebid. Did we just clear out there? We just cleared out there again. That's a high of day taken. They're still adding liquidity. 40, 45, and 50. I think we just got to let this do what it needs to do to the upside here, folks. Just let it do what it's got to do. What's my bias for now? My bias is a rotation. So my bias right now is this. On an hourly, right, we were long from here and here, and we were long this morning from here. All right, so if we think about this, I think we're coming into an area where I think sellers will be hanging out looking to defend, and I think there's probably a counter trend short back down into here. All right, so that's my bias. My bias has been this morning long, but now we're up into these levels. I think from here there's likely to be a short back down. If we get acceptance back through previous week value area high, then I will be long bias again for the move back up to this old level here of 800, right? So if we do that, I'll be long bias again later in this week. Right now, I think that this will be sold back into down here somewhere at some point based on the hourlies. Yeah, that's exactly what I said in the newsletter, Ricardo. Same thing. Your anchor volley profile doesn't look right. Make sure row is 2, width 20, placement on the right, and it's set to ticks. And if you do that and you're watching the NQ, it should look like this. Still not hit those 350s. We're not far away, just still not done it. But we have now swiped the highs. Just want this, if we're going to protect this grey box, we want this just to keep going higher now. Even for the short thesis, the higher the better. The bigger the squeeze, the better. The more balls that chasing at the highs, the better. We do not want to get short front side though. Until we leave people trapped, we do not want to get short front side. So back into this grey box. Do they rebid this now, or do we sell through this grey box back down to the 10s? I don't know. It's the 20s again. It looks a bit like a failed breakout there, but we're still in this grey box. We still haven't taken out the high. Back down to the 10s then. They're going to make this hard, you can tell. They're going to do it. They're going to do it out of nowhere and then just dunk the thing. All right, same setups, looking at the same setup, rejection of these levels. Do we reject these levels for that trade back down? And I will be covering some into the sort of 90s and 300s if we see that rejection. If we reclaim this block again, then I'm going to expect 50s for a clear out. So reclaiming the block. So we expect 50s for a clear out. It should push up to try and clear out 50s now. Right. We just want them to complete this at this point, make it easier. Yeah, M and Q can definitely look funny sometimes if you're looking at the profile. That's where why I chart NQ. The best way to trade M and Q and chart NQ, honestly, is to use the affordable indicators. I can't remember what the thing's called. Someone else help me out. But you can literally flip from mini to micro, but chart on the same screen. Makes it much easier rather than having to have two different screens up. All right. Can they lift this now to 50s and complete this bloody move? They are taking their time, aren't they? Essential chart trader. There you go. That's it. So this is your if you were still long, right, guys, if you took this, or what was the last trap we talked about? Was it this one here? Right, you're going to hit your final TP here. If you got very lucky, they'd come all the way back up to value. That is a massive move if they do that. But this is a Globex level. We get thick up here, very thick up here from the previous week. I would not want to be a new money long anywhere up here today. It's so far in premium. Remember, this is the most premium price of the previous week. It's why we want to try and bid in discount. Discount is underneath previous day point of control. We bid actually on the reclaim of that for that move up. This is absolute premium for previous week. Look, we're losing location for longs. What is the Globex level? Right here, 51, is it? No, it's not. It's here. Sorry, moved it down a bit. 46s. Yes, has already taken it out, so you know. Trapping buyers up there again. And back down to this grey node again, which has now been built out higher again. Look at this time. Now it's been built out higher. This is starting to look very ugly. Every dip is being absorbed right now. Here we go. Finally, they might do it here. Yeah, every day, Monday to Friday, here for free. So spike high there. Definitely caught some buyers up here. I still think we've got to take out this last bit of liquidity into like 46s or wherever it is. Would be ideal. One more shove up. They're still up there on the book. They're still up there on the book. They're actually up into 360. Is there anyone above 360? Not really. Next level 400. So we're getting frothy up here into this level. We're going to still look for the same thing. I am going to look for a little like swipe of liquidity, someone to get trapped up here. Maybe I get a starter, and if we lose that, get that move there. That's what I'm going to look for. I'm not going to keep bidding up here for up and up and up and up. It's possible they come all the way up here, so we just have to wait for sufficient liquidity to get trapped. Seller just came in there, market side. What are you doing, mate? Don't do that. Unless that's someone taking some profits and just hitting the market. Maybe he's scared they can't lift it all the way. Which anchored volume profile on TradingView? There is only one anchored volume profile on TradingView, guys. Look, it's right here. Right here. Volume based. Anchored volume profile. That's it. All right, back to this grey box. I'm still eyeing this for the short, guys. I am still eyeing this for the short now. If we start letting go of this, I will start to add into this and look for a scale lower. Yeah, I like the look of this now. Watching 15s here. We now have an imbalanced sell side up to 29s. Looking to scale some into this, especially if we leave, I'll get heavier. Got a piece on here. If we leave grey box, I will get heavier. And we still have the imbalance down to 300. So if we leave this grey box, I will scale heavier. Got a little starter on once we started to sell through 30s. Watching these 15s. See if we push up now and fail the imbalance of 25s. Again, same kind of level, right? Watching these 25s. 25s to 30s. They got to sell 25s to 30s or I'll cut the trade. It's only a small piece on. 25s. Buyers came in there, got stuck again. Going to move my stop to 30. So I put it at 31 just in case. Maybe I'll move it to 31. So stop at 31. And if we leave this grey box, I'm going to attack it or move down into here. Watching the 10s because they keep bidding around the 10s. It's possible I'm early here. It is possible, but I like what I've just seen in this current candle. If we can close lower, it would be really good. Not like that. It's not what I want to see. Close lower. This candle's got to drop now. Get down. Otherwise, you're going to swipe through the 30s. Here we go. You've got to get down under this bid. I want to see come down into 10s and 05s, and I want to see them pull the bid and just wash. Here we go. Come on. You fuck. Get out of my way. There we go. Come on. Accelerate now. Can we accelerate? Or are we just going to keep holding this level? You mother cluckers. Still have an imbalance above that they can fill, right? Still have an imbalance above. They can still come and fill this imbalance. So these buyers got trapped here. We can still fill this imbalance. My stop is just above this. If we wash this, I'm looking for a cover down here. I don't like that the sellers just came in there and couldn't get the break under the shelf, but I'm still in this for now. If we take out 31s, then I'll stop out. Into the imbalances now that we just talked about. In this grey box, I've got to be very, very careful here. Very, very careful here, especially if ES wants to do a 5-minute flag. Did you tag me? Thanks. Out. Is what it is. Like I said, might be early here. So I had a starter on here. Was waiting to see if we do that to get heavy. Knocked out starter. No change. And they might still want to come for this low-hanging fruit. That's why I'm starter only. And now flat. What do you think about timing? I see every day contra trend in the time 11 to 12 people eating maybe. No, you don't see that every day. That's just something you've decided in your head happens every day. If you actually studied that every day and looked at a stat-based thing, you definitely would not see every day that the trend goes the other way at that time. Just something that might have happened a few times that you've noticed it, but it's definitely not a thing every day, I promise you. Why is low-hanging fruit? Is it liquidity? Yeah, it's liquidity. It's the Asia high. yeah, like I said, my stop was at 31. I'm out. I have quite literally told you where my stop was. They might redo it. I'll have another go if they redo it. But ideally, they just swipe this out. So I saw buyers get trapped here. We came under. I was attacking this. I was willing to add if we rejected this and get heavy. We didn't reject it. It can still do this. But this is becoming very, very important now. Do I not worry about shorting into the flow zones? Yeah, but like I said, I'm looking for the counter trend trade. Like I always talk about, it's the hardest trade in the book, right? It's the hardest trade in the book. The easier trade in the book, even this is counter trend. It's the hardest trade in the book. Absolutely is the hardest trade in the book. We talk about it all the time. That's why I'm small size on it. And I would get heavy, right, if we came under here. Like I talked about, if we reject the grey box, because then we'd be under the flow zones would flip, and we'd probably see a trade back down into these. Right, so that's why it's the hardest trade in the book. Okay, can they clear out this liquidity now? VIX back down towards low of day. Need to be careful here. There is an old imbalance above this Globex high as well. I think it's close, folks. They just got to go and take it. It's close to letting go here and having like a deeper pullback for a little reset, because this has been a big old drive. It's very close. We're watching this grey box still. If we think about this move, right, think about this move. Right, it needs a little reset, even if they're going to scoop that to go later. It's just, do they do that? Do they do that? Or do they do this? That's the question. But I tell you what, I'm not buying up here. Take care, Miguel. Okay, can they take it out? Can they finally take it out? There we go. Finally, they've swiped it. All right, finally they've taken that liquidity. So the question now is, are they going to fail here? So if you were long, congratulations. Did anyone actually hold that long from down here that we talked about, or maybe even the one from this morning? Did anyone go from blue box all the way up here? The question now is, are they able to get up into the 400s, or are we going to see this peak out and die? I do have an old imbalance here into 333s. Is it 333s? 353s, sorry. Alex can't read. Okay, there we go. That's the imbalance. 353s. They're still adding liquidity high. I will be amazed if they come up for previous week value area high today. That will be quite the shove. It's very possible, but it will be quite the shove, which will be the 161, right? Didn't we measure it earlier? No, that would be even higher. Okay, just tapped this imbalance. It's an old imbalance here. They get through this. Oof. Oof. Yes, looks like it wants to go. Yes, wants more. I would say SPY 95 will be the level, right? 95, that same level. 695. Do they support a bid here? They haven't cleared out everyone. They've cleared out a decent chunk. Still guys resting on the offer above. Still a big seller at 400. Here they go. They're trying to clear out everyone now. Still guys at 60s. Still they bid.
And still they bid.
Still no short setup. Even argue this up here, but really this. Man, I just wonder, are they going to come for this up here? Are they coming for 440s today? That is one hell of a move if they do. How do I determine 95 as a key price for ES? Not for ES, for SPY. It will be a gamma level. There will be a gamma level there at 695. I haven't even looked, but I can almost guarantee it. Getting wonky up here. It's getting wonky up here. They still haven't cleared out the guy at 60. It's getting wonky up here. $100 lot just caught trying to buy the high there, folks. It's the first time we've seen that for a little bit. I see the one of you who just asked about Discord. Hang on, I just see you. Where are you? Luca. Sending it to you now, Luca. It's going to be a short email just so I can get you in. Okay, new shelf being built up here. This was where a big buyer just came in. Huge buyer. We're going to use that as an over-under. 100 lot came in at 58. They are still adding liquidity higher, trying to drag this thing higher. We are frothy here, folks. We are frothy. It might just be a grind all day. It's very possible from how we're now setting up. I'm somewhat surprised. I thought we'd rotate more, but we will see. We will see. But if we leave this shelf, there's probably a trade back down to here again. There's like a 25-point trade, but it's counter trend, hardest trade in the book. I just want them to flush it back down, and I'm quite happy to rebid higher. This level here is a huge over-under for the day. Technically, the bigger short won't come until we get under this, right? We get under that, there's a bigger short in this market. Let me mark that out on my other screen. 19s. Yeah. What indicators do I use? Again, guys, please read the chat, read everything first. Flowzone Pro is my system. Anchored volume profile, that's what I use. And then footprint and Bookmap. New lower day, VIX. Still new lower day. Still, we can watch this level here. If we leave this level, all right, and we stay heavy versus it, maybe that short comes in. Watching that same level now. We're trading back into it again. Sellers just got trapped again, trying to sell through that level. They cannot get continuation under here. Watching this now into this same level. So if we leave grey box, I'm going to look for a trade back down to 23s. I'm telling you that now. If we leave grey box, I will look from 50s to 23s. And I will try and hold a runner in case we collapse the 20s for a deeper move. Here we go. So leaving grey box, looking for a move down to the 23s. I cannot make this like more obvious for you guys than I already am. We need to get back under that old high, the, what was it, 46s? Still absorbing here. Watching for reaction here at 53 now. Lots of selling in this candle. And it's still absorbing at these lows. Are we going to wash now? imbalance here is 53 to 55. They have to resell that, or I'm not taking it. Nice resell there so far. Come on, you got to get closed down now. If you're going to step on it, just step on it. Here's 50s. Let's just flush 20s then. The faff, the faff. Are they going to retrap and go again? Seriously, guys, this is getting ridiculous. Come on. Like I said, I'll add heavy under this grey box. If this is a peak and we get under here, I'll add heavy under here for a rotation. Until then, I'm very, very light. Structurally, we're still bullish technically, but we did just trap buyers at those highs. Yes, still holding. VIX needs to get back above previous day low. Back into this imbalance. If there's no rejection here, I have to cut. Because I'm early. Hardest trade on the book, in the book, like I always talk about. It's very slow. I don't like how slow it is. Come on. Still absorbing. Every dip still being absorbed right now. Sellers keep coming in here under 50 and getting caught. I do not like that. I've cut. I don't like what I'm seeing there. I have to cut that. There is someone absorbing this book non-stop. So I have to be disciplined out of that. That is a losing trade there on that swipe. You're going to fucking do it the moment I cut. Oh my God, you fucking assholes. You... Looking for this again. Fucking assholes. I can't believe they just did that to me. I think that's the second time today. All right. Can we move back down towards the 20s? Ass. Woo. Can we move back down to the 20s? Or are you going to reject this? I don't like this. They keep building out these double nodes. It's really ugly what they're doing here today. It's really ugly. I'm looking for this trade back down to here. And under here, I will try and get heavy. So if we now reject this, I'm looking for a cover here. And I will add heavy for that. If we're going to do that. Maybe all the way back to IB would be very lucky. This seller up here is being such a dick. Honestly, lifting like that. Oh my God, he's still being a dick. I don't trust him. I do not trust this guy. Come on. Come back to 20s. Bid here at 40. We've got snap 40 to get to 30, and then we should get 20s. Come on, fucking hell, man. You guys are playing games up here are exhausting me. This might be my last go at it today, which probably means it stops me out and then does it on the next go. It's normally the way. How far are we into lunch? Yeah, it's probably exactly what's going to happen. It's normally what happens to Alex. He has one last go, stops out, walks away at lunch, and then sees it happen. Still they bid 40s, still they hold. Grey box above still key as your sentiment. And if we wash this down here, come on. Please at least get me a TP1. Still absorbing this, man. It's crazy. This buyer down here is absorbing everything. Everything at 40s he's gobbling still. We need a really strong close under 40 because he keeps gobbling everything up. Gobble, gobble, gobble. He's still gobbling. Back to grey box. They need a rejection here and a close under 40. They've got to get this buyer who's bidding 40 out the way. Otherwise, we will make a new high. VIX needs to get back above previous day low as well. You watch. I'm going to stop out and then it's going to do it. It's exactly what's going to happen. Well, it doesn't need to do anything, guys. It doesn't need to do anything. Like, I'd like it to flush, but it doesn't need to do anything. It can keep trading higher. Like, this guy's just rebid 40s non-stop and gobbled it up, and we're back in the grey box now, right? So he's just rebid it all, and we're back in that grey box now. And if he wants to take this up to 400, he will do so. If his game plan is to go 440s and he's not willing to let the price come down until he's got his target 440s, he's going to keep buying and buying and buying and buying and buying and buying until he gets his exit. Because I can see him on the book. I can literally see him on the book rebidding, grabbing it, rebidding its same lot size over and over and over again. I think we're going to break out again here now. So he's just come back on the book at 40 again. He's bidding 40s again. Is this going to be the failed follow through of the top of the grey box? He's moved up to 47.50 now. They're bidding this up. They are bidding up. Bid, non-stop bid all fucking day. It's impressive. It's really impressive. It's gone beyond where I thought it was going to go. They want this. They fucking want this. He is adamant on getting this up here right now. Clearly wants this up here right now. He's just forcing his way through it. It's all buy side above us. Like, everyone's stuck above, but he will not let these sellers out. No, I don't. The Bollinger Bands are below us right now. 24,857, lower Bollinger Band. Rebidding again. They're squeezing and squeezing and squeezing and squeezing. I think they want to come all the way up here. That's what I think they want to do. Would I go long? No, I refuse to go long. I was long all morning from down here. I am not going to buy deep in premium. No, look how ridiculous this is. You want to buy up here? Seriously, no chance. There's no way. I don't care. I don't care if I think it's going to go higher. My rule dictates I will not be buying deep in premium. Is SPY at 95 yet? Still not at 95. Now, maybe that's what we're waiting for. We're waiting for SPY to 95. It's hit 94.85 today. They probably want SPY 95. Going to drop down. It might well drop down. It's what we're looking for, but I must have had at least two goes at it now. Same levels where they just rebid a minute ago. 60 is where they just bid a minute ago. Top of this grey box, and if they fail that, bottom of grey box, and then maybe I'll think about one more go at it, although I'm starting to get a bit exhausted now looking at the same play. But maybe the buyer who was at 40s is at 45 now. Same level, top of this grey box there, we're still rebidding. Relentless. Honestly, it's relentless. At what point do they go enough? Are they really going to shove it for 1, 2, 3 hours straight up to previous week value area high? I mean, the moment it looks like the answer is yes. We have to say at the moment, it very much looks like that answer is yes, doesn't it? $379.50. 379.50. Well, you're almost there. Is that your guess? Is that what you're saying? That's your guess of peak out. 615 is Gex for QQQ as well. Yeah, and it's very close. That's what I'm saying. Okay, SPY just hit 95 on the dot. All right, so if you believe that these are the areas, that the Gex levels, then these are the areas we're coming into. There's the swipe. New lower day VIX. What was your guess? Where was it? It was close. I wonder if they want up here. This is what I wonder. Jesus Christ, non-stop. There's your 79.50. Well, we're through that. Look at these buyers just stepping in, forcing it up. Amazon's just gone green as well. We're literally forcing this up at this point. This is frothy, really frothy. Honestly, I really wonder if this is what they're going to do. If they're just like, we got to get through the whole week in one go. It would be an insane recovery, guys, to do that. Like, I cannot explain how big a recovery that is in one go. Insane. New shelf developed up here now. That's how much buying just came in the last 20 seconds that we've just put a little shelf in here. Imbalance here down to 75, 76s. Still they're forcing, didn't even fill the imbalance. They are forcing higher here. They do not give a fuck. I cannot explain how aggressive this is on the tape to be bidding like this. They clearly, in my mind, this is a market maker or an institution who's been stuck on the sell. So they are now forcing up to get out of their position without having too much damage. And once they're out of that position, they will sell it and tank it back down and rebid. But this is what I expected this week. I didn't expect it in one day. I didn't expect us to literally go straight back up to previous week value area high in one day. This is the area as we get into here where shorts must, or sellers must, defend this area. If we start reclaiming this area, there is a gigantic squeeze opportunity up to 675 and even 830. We will not do that today. There's just no way. But this is the area sellers must 100% defend. They have nothing else that they can do other than defend that area. If they lose that area, oof, then I think we are in big trouble for all the sellers at the lows, the swing shorts. Okay, there's the peak out. Back into this imbalance again. Are we now backside yet? We have just tagged all those key areas like we talked about on the options market, Qs and SPY. Still holding that imbalance. We're not even letting go of the imbalance at 76s. This is so insane right now, folks. I cannot explain this to you. To bid like this non-stop, it's not so much that where we've gone, it's like how he stepped up at 40 and gobbled and gobbled and gobbled and then just ripped it. To be buying the amount he was buying here was crazy for me to watch that happen on the tape. And he's now bidding at 77 and 67 with a target of 95, 97, and 400. He's not done. No, not really, Dave. That's not really how it works. Because if you do that, all right, and they pull their position and you buy deep and premium, you got to understand when you're saying if you can't beat them, join them. They were joining. They've probably been bidding, right, since here, right, and even beyond that. They've been bidding all of this. Bid, 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 bid. They're just trying to force that last bit up now. You don't want to be the guy buying the top of their bid, do you? Right? You need to have some rules. If we buy the top of their bid, we will get dunked on when they're done with it. Because they were going to have a massive core position, which is way lower than this. It's just that they're non-stop up here. They want the exit up here so they can probably get out break even versus the previous week. It's going to be something stupid like that. SPX got a while to go to get there. All right, still watching these 74, 75s, or is it 76, 75, 76s and 75s. And if we flush this, we probably trade straight down. Look, this is a big imbalance here. Yeah, just because you know the market's going one like in a certain direction doesn't mean that we can join. If you join late, you're just amplifying issues, right? If you're joining late like that, you're not helping your situation. Right? So just understanding that, okay, the expectation is the market is going to do this at the moment doesn't mean if we don't have prime position, why do we want to then play that market there? That's also bollocks, JT, because you absolutely can. You can have a stop here and that can disrespect you down here because it's so thin and you can get run on that stop. That's just not accurate. Not when it's the amount of size that they've got. Still we point higher. Still they're looking for these 400s. I would not be surprised if we get 400 and 440 into lunch and then they just stop it. They just go, okay, enough. Be done with it. Exactly. Buying expensive to sell expensive is not a great business strategy. I agree. It's a force up, guys. This is an absolute force up. It's being done on purpose. This is going to get them to unload their position when they're ready. And it's also going to provide the opportunity for them to get short where they want. I expected this week. I didn't expect it all in one go, but I did expect it this week. I'm telling you what, if they start getting over 520s today, it's going to get real nasty. There's the move to 4s. And you haven't got that much left to get into here, 440s. Look. Where's that old imbalance? 21s, 421s. Okay, move this up. This is their support system now. They let go of that. There's a wash back down. I don't know if I have another go. Might be done. $460 is expected high of day. That's such a monstrous move, honestly. It looks good for it. Where did I say the 161 was? I keep forgetting. 588. Move there this morning's first pullback. We're over the measured move of that pullback already. I think we'll see a peak out soon. I think buyers will chase the tops and we'll see a peak out soon. Do I have one more go at this if it's ready? What was the IB expansion? I've forgotten that as well. Oh, we just hit it. We literally just tagged it, or just missed it by the tiniest amount. Yeah, we tagged it. We just tagged that 1.5 IB. Okay. I'm still willing to play this backside if and when it's ready. Yeah, I mean, I'm with you point, but you never know. You called 405. Did you actually? Where did we hit? Oh, we were very close. I think if we get through 400s, we're going to come up here, but we'll see. I'd be really surprised if they've got the juice to do that in one go. Insanely impressive. Yeah, only Apple red. That's right. Amazon just went green about 5-10 minutes ago. Give you a readout. Tesla 2.14% up, Nvidia 3.35% up, Microsoft 2.68% up, Meta 2.81% up, Google 1.37% up, Amazon approaching 0.5% up. All those that took you with me were 7% up on that, 7.40 versus the 20s. USAR 4.5% up. What else were we looking? Oracle were over 10% up now, 10.31% up on the day. Might be an opportunity to start scaling out of some of these, at least to lock in a little bit on these swings. Plenty of room left, but could protect some profits here. We up on those miners. Where am I at? Yeah, look good. All right, I think they want this. I can't believe they're going to do it in one session. It's so impressive. I think for I just want to make sure this is right. This 440. I think 440 is the kind of target. I think it might be the target. That will be insane to do that in one day. It's a really impressive move. The node starts. We're already coming into the start of that node. I'll show you what I'm looking at. All right, we're coming to the start of this node here. This is previous week value area high. If we find acceptance over this, right, and we start basing, this will all become trapped and we will fill this thin in very, very quickly, right? If we find acceptance over this, I don't think today, tomorrow, Wednesday, this move here can happen. This is why I said at the very start of the day, I would expect this level here it to at least reject down into this. I think this is a force up because it's too much too quick into too much of a giant level. So I'd expect a pullback soon. I'm surprised they haven't already done it, but they haven't. It's really impressive. All right, let's do an Apex giveaway. Or should we wait to see if the short comes to us first? Maybe I could do the Apex giveaway first. Hopefully we don't miss the short. Okay, type FCT in chat. Only need to type it once, please. Only need to type it once, please. I'm really impressed that this hasn't done a rotation day. Wow. This has caught me off guard. It's not what I thought we'd do today. I thought maybe we'd do this tomorrow. I thought we'd rotate today, squeeze up tomorrow, sell Wednesday, Thursday, and then go back inside Friday. But hey-ho. Market had other plans. I don't mind it. My swings are absolutely printing right now. So I don't mind it at all. Best swing I have on right now is, I'm not going to include open, is, well, AMD's 31% up, Robinhood 21% up, Apple 27% up, Meta 10% up, BTC 6.45% up. Those are the big winners for me, swing-wise. Okay, 405, there's a seller here, 405. I still think we're trying to get 440s. This is so impressive. It is so impressive. Another shelf being built out up here. This is just a trend day at the moment without a pullback. If they leave this, I'm watching 380s. I tell you what, I'll use the bathroom and then come right back. And then we'll do the giveaway. Off, and they're going to wash. Grey to grey, still holding that grey box. Okay, we're building liquidity out here. Let's do this giveaway, and then we'll see if we can get one trade just before lunch if they set it up. Okay, pulling this winner. Colby Yam. Colby Yam. Are you here, Colby Yam, for a free Apex account? Colby Yam. Let me know you're here, my friend. Where did that seller just come in? 152 lot. Came in at 88 there. Got caught. Colby Yam. Give you another minute. Is this too dangerous to short? Yeah, right now, we haven't left the levels. We're trading between these blocks. Yes, nice. Okay, Colby, same thing as always. Email me, please, info@flowzonetrader.com. Send me a screenshot of you logged in. We leave this grey box where I get way more interested. I'm watching this now to see what they do. The high of day auction is not too bad over 400. It's not the best. And they are still offering, though, at 405, 410. I'm going to guess they're now offering all the way up into 450. What a fucking surprise. Yeah, they are. they are. It's so extended here. It's unreal in this grind. If you want to look at like a 5-minute or the ETFs, you know, this is quite something without a retest. Quite something. It's impressive. It is impressive. Where did I anchor the volume profile? 9:30 open. Come on, guys, help me out. 9:30 open. They're offering 500s. No. Oh, that is disgusting. Look at this thing. You're going to flip gamma and run it. Holy shit balls. Was that just the dip on NQ? If we start reclaiming the death zone, I don't know. At least we got long software. That's all I can say. I wasn't willing to get long all of tech, but at least we got long some software. Every dip. Run. Oh, it'd be good info risk. It would be good. Grey levels, right? You see this volume here? You see these nodes? The grey levels are obviously nodes, right? What is support and resistance? What is supply and demand? It is done by volume. That's why we mark these out. That's why price likes to respect these levels frequently. It's nothing magic, folks. Okay, we're into lunch now as well. Might have to be done with this, guys. Don't think we're going to get a trade set up here at the moment. We're just going to get a full set. I cannot bring myself to buy this at this point. So what should we say? We give it another couple minutes in case they do a dirty move over lunch. I cannot stop thinking that this is where they're trying to get. It is one hell of an effort to get up there, I tell you. It's really impressive. If you look at like the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours or 4 hours, what was it? 1, 2, 3, 4. It's non-stop. Big buyer just got caught there. Well, he's not caught, but he's just come in. 239 lot high of day. 239 lot high of day, all right, versus 405. 239 lot. He was actually 357 lot, but he got paired off a little bit. So that is the auction at the high of day. Let's see. Let's see. Do they let him out and force this thing even higher now? Jeez Louise, some size up there. Why would you do that? So right up here in this high, there's a huge node. And show you, massive guy just came flying in there. Massive guy. How we act now becomes important. If we get back above him, he's going to be comfortable. He'll probably add in and we'll keep pushing higher. It's fucking madness. But it's what's happening. He long the top? Yeah, he did. So far, he's long the top. But we're still above the grey boxes, right? So we know where he's caught, but he's only caught if we start moving aggressively away from him. We're not doing that right now. This level here, 86 is... There's imbalance at 77s as well. Still absorbing this top grey box right now. This buyer is still not too far out the money. He's just like a couple points, it's nothing. It's absolutely nothing. Book looks terrible. Yeah, I can only trade my system. I'm not gonna. The longs today were in discount, right? We had the longs earlier. Right? I have to trade my system. This I'm not buying up here, right? I don't mind buying discount, looking for this trade up. I didn't think we'd get this far up today. I said we might, but I genuinely didn't think we would. Okay, watching these two grey boxes now. Watching these. Do we leave these buyers trapped now and start to get aggressive down? The answer at the moment is yes, but sellers just came in at 95 and got absorbed again. Again, there's still someone absorbing the tape, even up here this high. There is someone who just absorbed that tape again. Look, the sellers just came in and got absorbed again. We have to respect this zone. Cannot come early here. You will get absolutely clapped. All right, watching very carefully now. This is where the sellers keep getting caught under 400s. Do we get more aggressive here and do we trade and leave 95s? I would have to respect 90 and 86s. Oh, it's gross. The better short comes underneath all of this. This is gross, man. The way they've set this up is fucking awful for a short. They've set so many support systems for it. I don't like it. They've made sure there's nodes absolutely everywhere that can catch it. Absolutely everywhere. Back to that higher day. They're going to let him out and squeeze, aren't they? Jesus Christ almighty. Insane. Insane that we're going to do that whole previous week on a Monday. Still absorbing here. Guy just stepped in at 402s. He's now bidding at 98s and 96s. They're still trying to absorb this tape. All I can think of is they have to get up here to get out. It's clearly what they've decided at the moment. Unless we start closing under 95s on SPY and under 15s. I mean, we're already almost at 16s on the Qs. Flip the gamma, guys. We've flipped the gamma. All right, back to these fours again. Back to this grey box again. New node. Flip the point of control. That's not good for buyers. If we start flipping all of this now, that's really bad for buyers. This becomes possible if we start flipping all of this. There's so much volume up here now. We've flipped POC. That's not a good look for buyers. If the sellers want to come in here and actually do something, they've got a shot. Watching this. I'm so iffy about taking this because the RR, if they're just going to do scalps, is not going to be very good. But if they let it go, it would be amazing. Is this imbalance? 77, 39s. Look at the structure on that. 360s. Still only 40 points, man. I don't know if I like it. There's not enough reward in it. Still absorbing. I'm really I'm like trying to this is what's going on in my head. Do I want to like attack like one of these and cover a bit here and then get that to there? Is it worth it? And they might stop short in here. Is it worth it is what I'm asking myself. Is this worth it? Is 40 points worth this move. I don't know if it is. I don't know if it's worth it. I don't think it's worth it. Not when there's still a low-hanging fruit they're trying to get to. Not look at the bid, like non-stop, 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 non-stop. Trying to time it to get 40 out of it when this morning we had easy 100-pointers. We're very bullish on the day. I don't think it's worth it, guys. I think that's going to be a sensible decision of me calling it. Do I think there'll be a pullback? Yeah, I think there probably will be a pullback. Am I going to be here for it? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think I just let them do what they want on the Monday and come back for this tomorrow morning, maybe the afternoon. Tomorrow afternoon, we see what we get. Tomorrow afternoon. Today in the afternoon, we can see what we get in Discord. Sorry, tomorrow morning, I'll be back. And here we go. They're still going for more. They are just adamant. They cannot let this thing go. They have to get up here. It's clearly they've decided they have to get that level to get out. It's just, they must be stuck up there and they need to go and revisit it. That's all I can think of. I don't mind because we're now up 11.26% on the day on Oracle alone on the day. So I'm not totally against it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think they're probably, it's not even about the de-risk. I think they're probably like they're caught offside. So they're bidding back up to get out of where they need to get out. And then they can, at that point, their de-risk will be when they get out, right? So they can de-risk up here. If we think about this. If we go to like a 15-minute or something. All right. So once we left this huge value area, which is what, like 8 weeks long, all right, and washed, all right, if they are offside in here, they can force this aggressive move to de-risk here and then get this play back down and then rebid it back up if they want. The fact that we haven't washed at all into this, it is a forced move. Like, there's no doubt about it. It's a forced move up. And I would not be surprised if we do this, if the backside of this week becomes very, very aggressive to the downside. It wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. Not in the slightest. All right, folks. Anyway, those in Discord, I'll be back in like an hour and a half. Everyone else, I'll see you tomorrow morning. Trade safe. Use hard stops. Don't be front-siding this. Remember, it's not left volume. We've had like 1 or 2 goes at it. It's never left volume. It's holding every dip. Do not be front-side of it. You will end up crying your way to sleep tonight if you do that. Peace and love, everyone, and I'll see you guys in the morning.